What's up, dude? Today, we're going to be covering something a little bit different. By different, I mean, of course, by different from anything that I ever thought I would ever be listening to in my life. Jeez Louise, is this something that really threw me for a curveball. When I set out to do this, I didn't think I would be doing something like this. I had a feeling I was going to get something like this, but didn't actually think it was going to happen. But here it is, it happened! So today we're going to be talking about these gentlemen right here, and they're known as Nightbreak. And let me go ahead and go right off the bat here and tell you guys that if you are a fan of anything from the 80s, like Iron Maiden, frickin' Bush, the Scorpions, Rush, anything like that, you're going to get a real good kick out of these guys because, damn, they're like the living embodiment of a band from the 80s, like a heavy metal band from the 80s. And that's actually pretty cool. Now, personal opinion, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. This was my first impression opinion, if you will. I turned it on and I listened to it. I actually listened to this song right here, which is their that's a self-titled song off their self-titled album, Nightbreak. Nightbreak. My first impression was to turn it off immediately. Of course, because that's not something that I listen to. That's not my cup of tea. I listen to things that are way heavier than this. That being said, I knew right off the bat that they weren't bad. Right off the bat, they weren't bad. I saw some talent. I actually saw a lot of talent, especially in their vocalist. I'm going to get to that. They're great. They're just great. I was kind of cruel in my first impressions, to be completely honest. I did not think that I was going to be able to find anything positive. But then I sat down, and I listened, and I listened, and I listened. And I put myself in the shoes of people who like this kind of music. I did this by asking people what they thought of this thing, of this great project, of these dudes. You know, I played it for friends and family who listened to this kind of thing, and they all loved it. They loved it to pieces. They thought it was the shit. So I sat down and I was like, all right, I need to appreciate this for what it is. So I did. I listened to this whole album all the way through. Nightbreak, their self-titled album. I also listened to a little bit of their newer album, which is, I mean, like, if you like the Nightbreak self-titled album, then you're going to like the new one because it's kind of just more of the same, which is not a bad thing, of course, because it's just more of something that's pretty good. Something else that I want to talk about with these guys is they're very fun. It's a very fun band. I can definitely say that. It's one of those things where it's like you want to grab some drinks with some buds and you want to use that as your background music as you like break shit. I don't know. Have fun with them. That's something that you can do while listening to them. I tried listening to them as like, you know, road trip music, going long distance, and it wasn't working for me with that, but I'm more than positive that some other people out there are going to love these guys listening to them in their car. Man, I'm sure that they can get a super good kick out of it. I personally can't, because I'm just not a fan of this era of music that has been brought to 2018, which I think is another good point to bring up. This music is something that was prominent in the 80s, went up in the 90s, and then just kind of like died out slowly. But these guys started up in 2006, and they brought something from back there to here. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's cool. You're bringing heavy metal back to its roots. Back to when it peaked in the 80s. Which is cool, you know? Good on you guys for doing that. I appreciate that. It's cool. It's cool as hell. Now let's get a little bit more in depth, if you'll allow me. First and foremost, the vocals. The vocals are crazy good. It's something that came straight out of the 80s. If you like the Scorpions, Iron Maiden, anything like that, you're going to love this guy's style. He hits notes that I don't think and most people can hit nowadays, which is crazy. It's definitely nothing too heavy, which is something that I look for in music, in metal in general, but that's not what they're going for, so they're great at doing what they're going to do. Now, instrumentation. Instruments, they rock. They rock, they roll, they're great. Are they anything complex? Are they anything that you haven't heard before? Hell no, they are definitely not. But they definitely do the job. Carrying the weight. That's what they do. And it makes for great music. Now, gripes, of course, I can go back to the whole thing where it's like, it's a clone. It's a clone of things that I've heard played on my local radio stations that play the same 12 songs from the 80s. I wonder if you guys have one of those. Comment if you have one of those rock stations that play the same 12 songs like for the past 20 years or something like that. God, it's a terrible channel. Anyway, like I said, it rocks, it rolls. You'll probably get a kick out of it. More than likely. Now let me go ahead and show you guys a little clip. I think that they have a lot of potential in this song. This is actually the song that I play over and over again. Like whenever I go to show people this band, I've shown several at this point, I always play this song because I think it's great. Honestly, I think this is a great song. I think this song pretty much summarizes the band as a whole. You know, just this corny ass rock and roll, early heavy metal, 80s fever dream. It's great. Anyway, here you go, guys. You see it coming, you know it's mine. The lights around you, always on the ground, so just get out of my way. Want it all. Fly forever, live forever. Feel the night break, the steel toes. Blood, running, rising. Out of my way. Want it all. Fly forever, live forever. Feel the night break, the steel toes. The sun never rises again. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that something that you would label as a band from all the way back there? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. Pretty sure I'm right. Let me know what you guys think, though. I definitely think that this band is something that you should check out if you're into early heavy metal. It's definitely something that you should check out if you are trying to branch out and do all sorts of new kinds of music. Either way, I think they're worth at least checking out. But, you know, don't take any of my word for it. My personal opinion is I'm not a fan. But this is a huge quotation, professional opinion is that they are a talented band. They have something to offer all of us in 2018, and they should at least get some recognition for what they're trying to do. So check their stuff out. Though, as always, the band's links are going to be in the description for their Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to comment on this video. Tell me what you think. Check out the Facebook page. And I think that about wraps it up, guys. So I'll see you next week. Hey, let me see another fan and never ended. When I wasn't as a distant twisted as I got to play. Walk in this place where she will never notice me. Seven more than time to try. Oh, what's up, dude? It's 420. That was a stupid fucking joke.